Do you struggle to feel confident every time you look in the mirror? Trust me, I have been there. I've been exactly where you are, forced to rebuild my confidence step by step. But after helping thousands of women regain strong, authentic confidence, I have created a simple 5 step process that anyone can use to feel more confident fast. In this video, I'm going to show you what these 5 steps are to transform your confidence, even if you don't feel like that's possible. To start, let me show you exactly what I did to turn my life around when I was at the lowest point of my life. And I'll show you how you can use what I did to rebuild your confidence like I did. Believe it or not, I wasn't always this confident person. There have been several points in my life where I've had to recalibrate, but as powerful, creative human beings, we get to do this throughout our life. When I was recovering from an abusive relationship, I had no confidence. And that bled into everything in my life. I spent 20 months in a very violent relationship. And unfortunately, for a year of that, my children saw some of that violence. When I got out of that situation, I didn't even know who I was anymore. Like, I had no idea who I was. I had no confidence in my ability to start a new career, which is something that I needed to do. I had no confidence in the way I looked, but it went so much deeper than that. I had no confidence that I could do the work I needed to do to love myself, to create a version of me that would choose healthy relationships, that would choose the right career, make good business decisions, and be a powerful mum. I had to start from scratch. Recalibration was a massive part of fixing my lack of confidence. I knew that self-love was the big thing. I knew that. I knew that's what was going to start my journey into being a confident version of who I was. But how could I become a confident version of who I was when I didn't even know what that looked like? So for me, I had to strip it all back. I started by taking myself on dates, literally. I documented it over on TikTok. I had self-care days, forced self-care days, because I didn't feel like doing them. I immersed myself in the world of inspiring, powerful women, and I started to speak a different language to myself. My internal narrative changed on all levels. The first step was telling myself a different story about who I am, reminding myself that who I have been, the choices that I have made, and the situations that I've been through do not dictate who I am in my future. I had such a strong why. Let me show you why that was so important. My why for building my confidence, for tapping into a version of me that I loved, was that I never wanted to be the version of me that got into that abusive relationship again. I needed to teach my children that you can make mistakes and you can rewrite your story, and that is what I did. I had days, weeks, months, probably the best part of a year, where my confidence was through the floor. My why kept me going even in the hardest days when I couldn't see my way out of the pit I was in. Think about your why. Why do you want to become more confident? Why do you need to change this now? Because knowing this, it will drive you, it will focus you, it will keep you on track, just like it did for me. If I can come back from that position to be the confident person that you see before you now, whatever you are going through, you can become that confident person too. I am going to teach you a 5-step plan. If you follow this plan and if you stick to it, your confidence will grow until it is freaking unshakable. Let's get going with these steps so that you can walk like the goddess, like the badass, like the CEO version of yourself that is inside you right now. Judging yourself by other people's social media has become a normal part of life now. These perfect Instagram profiles and TikToks that show us the perfect relationships. Not many people talk about the real journey on socials. The truth, the real tea. the reality, the realness, the real life, the ups and the downs. And it's funny because the accounts that do blow up. Because as human beings, we want to connect and we want authentic, we want real. We are caught up in a world that is so built on fakeness. When I was growing up, there was no internet. The internet wasn't even a thing until I was past my mid-teens. And I feel privileged to be part of the last generation that didn't have internet to coach me into comparing myself to everyone else. My relationship with my mum was complicated. Some bits of my childhood were not good. But there are some powerful things that my mum did for me that I can see now that have had such a dramatic impact on who I am. Because my mum constantly told me that I could achieve anything. Because of this, I never felt the need to compare myself to other people. And once you stop comparing yourself, you clear space to finally hear your own powerful voice. And you can finally focus on your own opinion. So step 1 is no comparison. Comparison is truly the thief of joy. But what can you do to stop comparing yourself in 2025 to other people so that you can finally feel confident? Listen to this. My inner voice tells me that if I decide to do a thing, I will do it. It tells me if I decide to learn a thing, I'm going to get great at it. This does not mean that I expect to be brilliant straight away. It means that I completely accept the process of getting to where I want to go. I know it's going to be messy because I'm just a human being. Start paying attention to where you are looking for validation from other people and ask the most important person in your life, you, what do I think? Because when you do this, you have a level of self-trust and confidence you just don't get when you are looking to other people for validation. So step 2 is prioritizing your own opinion. So when you start focusing on your own opinion, you will feel more powerful in your own company. This brings us to step number 3. How much time do you spend by yourself? Being alone is your discovery time. This is where you learn who you are. You might think this is a one and done kind of situation, but it isn't. We change every minute of every day, let alone month by month and year by year. It's so important to give yourself time to consolidate your identity regularly, because our identity changes all the time. Spending time by yourself gives you time to integrate all of that. It gives you time to work out who you are and what you want without any bias from anybody else or any expectations from anybody else. Also gives us a true inner confidence, because when we can spend time by ourselves, we are saying to ourselves, we are saying to the universe, to the people around us, I am enough. My own company is enough. If this feels alien to you or scary because you only feel happy when you're with other people, start small. Meet your friends, go out for the night and meet your friends there instead of traveling with them, and arrive 10 minutes early to practice being out by yourself. Earmark a small amount of time every day to just be alone, even if that's just for journaling time. So step number 3 is value being by yourself. Once you value your own company, you will be ready to start displaying your confidence. That brings us nicely to step 4. Let me tell you a story. I booked a stylist last week. I've never done that before. This was new for me. It was fun because I realized that I have not changed my look in a very long time. And I wanted to step out of my comfort zone, and it was amazing to try on clothes that I would never have picked up. I went there, I had written her a whole thing about who I was, what I liked, what I was into. She had a whole rack of clothes ready for me. It was amazing, so much fun. And my new outfits that she picked out for me make me feel so powerful and super confident. When we spend time feeling good with our clothes, our hair, our style, we naturally feel more confident and more empowered. How do you even start working on this if you don't want to book a stylist? You want to find out what you like now, not what you liked last year or even last month. Look for inspiration all around you. And I don't mean go and follow a bunch of Pinterest boards and copy their outfits. I don't mean blindly follow the latest trends or fashion, unless that's what makes you happy. Because if that's who you are, then that's what you should do. And I'm not shaming that. For me and other black sheep like me, other artists, other creatives, if you don't resonate with just the latest trends and fashions, spend time figuring out what you want to look like or what you want to feel like. Try different things. So number 4 is look good, whatever that means to you. Feeling confident in your style is going to give you everything you need to lean into step number 5. I remember holding a class teaching photography to teenagers, feeling like an imposter, and I thought, I have to take this class, so I have to get my head straight. Now, like I was there surrounded by teenagers. I told myself that I was the perfect person for the job. Reminded myself that no one knew I was nervous unless I showed them or told them. And I kept thinking these things like mantras for the first few hours. And then I realized I wasn't faking that anymore. I realized everyone was listening to me, everyone was engaging and having a great time. They never even knew that I felt wobbly at all. And seeing that gave me a huge confidence boost, and it started an upward cycle. Practice going into situations, even conversations, with absolute confidence. That means not asking for permission. That means stating your needs. This is difficult for some women to do. I had to learn how to do this. And now I coach so many women through this, it's unreal. That means when someone asks you to do something, if you don't want to do it, no is the complete answer that you need. But seriously, fake it until you make it works. Acting confident is the final piece of the process. And it brings together all the previous steps into real, lasting confidence that will change your life forever. So step number 5 is practice acting confident, even when, no, especially when you don't feel it. I'm going to assume if you're watching this, that self-doubt is a thing that comes up in your life regularly. And if you want more support with that, check out my video that lays out exactly how to stop doing that. I'll link to it at the end of this video. This is what happened to me after doing all of these steps. My journey of rebuilding my confidence after it had been completely shattered has brought me a new level of Emma Beckett, Emma 2.0. Now, obviously, I am not happy that I went through abuse, but I am grateful to the version of me that came out of that situation and said, hell no, I am going to rebuild stronger than ever before. Even though I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know how to do it, I found a way, I created a path. And that is exactly what I did. I rebuilt my life. I have a business that I love. I speak on different subjects. I run team building workshops. I have a fantastic social life when I want it, an amazing sanctuary at home when I just want to enjoy my space. I travel the world, sometimes by myself, sometimes with my teenage son. I have hobbies that I love. I enjoy creating these videos for you guys. I love redefining myself now. Most of the time, I check in with myself to see what tweaks I need to make. And I would not have gotten into this position if I hadn't been pulled apart by that situation. So my closing message to you is this. Whatever has made you realize you do not have the confidence that you want, I promise you that this is something that you can build or rebuild. Like anything, you're not going to be perfect at it straight away. but commit to putting in the reps, commit to doing the work and everything in this video, and your life will change beyond measure. Remember, no comparison, trust your own opinion, spend time by yourself, look good in your authentic style, and practice acting confident. You've come this far through this video, which means that you are already starting to reclaim your confidence, and I am so excited for you. As always, guys, have the best day.